Hi everybody, it is November 15, 2019. This video was linked below my video, this video from Jen Louise, Sky Frequency, but why? Okay, let's watch it.
Oh, it's not there now.
What the f... Oh, there it is. There's that curve.
Yeah.
What? What?
Because you're not even moving your phone.
And if I move it over there. What?
And there is another one.
Right, this is the thing that's doing it. If I get it here, just hold it here. Right there. What the heck is going on? That's crazy.
Wow, I was right. Frequencies at use. I have posted many videos filming the sky, and suddenly my camera goes out of focus, and then it comes right back into focus after a period of time, however long they want the pulse of these electromagnetic frequencies to be. It's like someone flipped a switch. That's how instantly it refocuses itself. The frequencies, when they hit the camera, can make, well, your camera to go out of focus, or what this woman is showing us. Very, very important. Thank you for posting this. Extremely important, because I've been using this analogy lately. What I've been experiencing. You know, your gears, right, of life. You know, they used to go around smoothly. Now they're, well, it's really like a tough gear to, you know, get going and going and going. But it's like somebody throws a rock into the smoothness, or however smooth it is for your life. But somebody throws a rock into the gears and boom, it starts to wobble. That's what I thought of when I saw this video. Okay, the wobbling of Earth.
Right there. What the...
There are people who claim that HAARP is now not operational. They are wrong. Many people claim that HAARP is no longer necessary. They are using HAARP along with an awful lot of instruments, Doppler radar, electromagnetic frequencies coming from Gwen towers, the microwaves coming from cell towers, that is wobbling the Earth. This is a fabulous capture, and thank you for posting it. Because this is exactly what happens when something new enters my life. I've never been like this, but it's gotten increasingly harder to deal with anything new. Like, new rock thrown into my gear, boom, I'm off. And it throws off everything. That's what they are doing with planet Earth. That's why it was important, this post. Now, a lot of people, I had people unsub me because I took the information from Steve Quayle's website. Wow, that's a thinking that needs to be thought about. It's not about Steve Quayle. It's about the information. That's what I've been saying for 8 years. It is not about the person. It's about the information. And just because somebody is considered to be a disinformation agent or working for the wrong side doesn't mean that they're not posting information that is truthful. If you set your sights on information, you'll get out of that low consciousness where everything's about personality instead of principle, instead of truth, instead of the information. Now, the information was that the magnetic field of Earth is changing. Okay. Sorry for the truck outside if you heard it, but is that important? You damn well better believe it's important, because that magnetic field, that, well, Schumann resonance of the Earth, that frequency of 7.83, sorry. Wow. Well, that's a rock thrown into my gears. The constant disruptions that I experience, interruptions, it's, well, okay. I'm not myself anymore. So I know a lot of it is due to the frequencies. Artificially induced electromagnetic frequencies is causing chaos. It's causing chaos already. Wait until 5G comes about. So stable frequency for many years, thousands of years, 7.83 hertz. Well, it's jumped to 16.5, then jumped to 30. All global observers were shocked at the jump up to 30 hertz. So I just wanted to see, all right, well, what's going on? Are people talking about this? And, well, do the research and you will see, wow, articles. So, frequency of the electromagnetic field of the planet Earth is changing. A whole lot of people have been posting about the magnetic field shifting rapidly. But there's an awful lot of people who believe that this is all natural. It's not natural, like that plasma event that I have subscribers asking me about again. What about that plasma event? That some are posting on, claiming that the frequencies that a lot of us post on, well, they just don't have the technology to cause, well, what you see right here. This is the sky in Anderson, South Carolina, a sky that you see all over. Well, what's going on here with these skies that look magnificently different than they used to, right? I hope you're saying, yeah, they sure do. The pink clouds and the purple skies. Well, some claim that this is natural. It's a plasma event. And get ready. And they're so definitive that they actually can speak this information with an arrogance that's, well, I can't listen to. It's frightening because they don't factor in all of the technology. Oh, wait, what was that? Did you see that frequency? Right there. Going out of focus and coming right back in. Again. All of that affects life. Our life. All life. The trees. All species. The artificial inducing of these electromagnetic frequencies, and they have ramped them up using HAARP and HAARP-like facilities around the world. All of the toxic aerosols, spraying nanoparticulates, the heavy metals, the chemicals that they are using, causing the sky to turn colors. They use lithium, they use aluminum, they use strontium, they use barium, and people actually are claiming that, none of this is real. What they say is real. Please. I can't listen to that. We can research forever we can find documents, we can find the facts and evidence, and we can, analyze them and then, get to a point of realizing, well, I've posted on documents the experiments that the Russians were using with certain heavy metals in the sky to produce cloud, and showing the ionization, the change of frequency, how it can bring about certain colors. But I'm not an insider, and I can't say anything definitively because so much is going on, and they have so many methods and tools that they use that we don't know about. Many people are going through it's the grand solar minimum. They never factor in electromagnetic frequencies. How can they not? The weather modification. So when you listen to people who are talking definitively, it's this, take a moment and realize that, well, it's questionable because so many have been posting on all of the evidence of weather modification. So many have posted on the geoengineering that is affecting our climate. When they don't factor in any of that, you've got to question who you're listening to. Are they just part of the fabulous team of evil, reshaping, terraforming our planet, but also reshaping the world into a prison? Or are they just so into their own conclusion that they can't even open their mind to recognize that, nope, we can't say anything really definitively because man is using technology, man is dumping chemicals and heavy metals into the atmosphere that, yes, can bring about what you're looking at right here. So, if man can create plasma, and man can create all of these fabulous colors that you're seeing, how could anybody claim that this is natural? How is it that anybody could claim that man does not have the technology when we know that man does have the technology? I'm just going to say that that person is, well, obviously not quite, they don't really use their brain very properly. Or they are just part of the evil team helping to bring about the collapse of the world as we know it. And we are seeing that collapse big time now. All right, so, what do we have in terms of these frequencies? I want you to take a look at this. This was the 7th of November at 12:55 a.m. Look at the frequencies. Wow, that's a huge pulse. Way up North Pole area region. Look at these frequencies going into California. This is huge. Whoa. Okay. A huge pulse is creating right that square that you see. Think about scalar technology, scalar squares. A huge pulse going through California right into Nevada and Utah, Arizona. These pulses are so powerful that they affect all of Earth's natural processes. So this was the 7th at 12:55, and I want to thank my subscriber for sending this along to me. I also want to show you, let's see, the 7th at 1:23 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Look at this huge pulse. And we have huge pulses in the Gulf of Mexico, which is, well, generally the case. The high frequency heating of the ionosphere coming from Doppler radar, when they're pushing up that ionosphere and they push it up and our atmosphere fills the space, and then they release, just like you saw those pulses coming from my camera, they release the power, the ionosphere comes back down, and what is the effect? An extremely low frequency that bounces right on down, shoots down to the Earth, going through the Earth. Does that not affect the magnetic pole shifting? Of course it does. But it also affects the health of all life. It affects our emotions, our cognitive abilities, mental faculties, our physical health, everything. Everything. Our behavior causes a lot of stress. All right, so that's a huge pulse right here. And no doubt if I went to mimic right now, I'd probably see pulses going on. So here's the mimic. Oh, wow. Now that's a pulse. Right here, Canada, North Canada, Alaska. And look at the pulses up here. They're affecting the North Pole. They're affecting the magnetic fields, the poles, everything. That people aren't factoring in these frequencies. I don't know what to say, but all I know is they're kind of like mainstream media reporters who ignore the major contributing factors to what is happening around the planet. Instead, they call it a mystery. It's a mystery. Or they give those inane, like meteorologists. You see the plasma on radar. Oh, they're no longer anomalies, but they call them anomalies, and they claim that it's a swarm of dragonflies or bats coming out of a cave. Or look at these pulses right smack in. Look at these extremely low frequencies right here. Central United States. Okay. So this was at 1:23 a.m. on the 7th, and here is 12 p.m. noon on the 7th. These extremely low frequencies. You think about the saturation of frequencies. Don't just think about your cell phone and Wi-Fi and smart meters, cell towers. Think about the Gwen towers that are emitting very dangerous, extremely low frequencies. But then think about the satellites that are shooting down frequencies. Think about HARP and HARP-like facilities that are still operating. Then think about, the scalar technology that they are using. Here, 12 noon, huge pulse. Gulf. Pulses in the Atlantic. And we still have these frequencies operating. So the first One was like right after midnight on the 7th, and they're still operating 12 hours later. Does this do damage to the Earth? Yes. Are all of Earth's natural processes being usurped by man and his artificial electromagnetic frequencies? Yes. What does that mean for all of us? It means that that frequency that we resonated with, the Earth frequency is 7.83, our brains resonate with that frequency. Well, think about a rock being thrown into smooth running gears and boom, wobbles. Everybody's wobbling. The Earth is wobbling. On the 8th at 7:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, extremely low frequencies set off in Southern California, off the coast of North Carolina, all of the plasma being created, the extremely low frequencies, which you can see, the cuts in the blue, very defined. Okay, but what do we also have? Let's see. The Gulf, still a huge pulse. Why are all the whales and the dolphins ending up dead on beaches? Frequencies operating up. You can see them right up here. Now, this mimic map, the precipitable waters, what it used to be was just a smooth running. You would see everything operating smoothly. Now, well, rocks thrown in and making everything very disjointed, unconnected, defined lines jerking around, huge pulses going through Africa. Is this dangerous? You bet it's dangerous. You bet. So, I have one more. Let me just do it quickly. This was the 11th. Again, extremely low frequencies being just belting away through the coast of South Carolina, North Carolina. You got Southern California belting away, but let me see. Gulf of Mexico. And no, these are not glitches. These are unbelievably, dangerously powerful frequencies being set off. And here we go again. Now you see the change in color. You see the signature is a little bit different because they've changed the frequency. They've changed the power level. And if they're changing the frequency and power level, it means, well, they have an objective. What they're doing, I don't know. But when you see the different signatures, that means that man is doing this, and man is doing it for a reason. And, well, it's not to your benefit, that's for sure. I mean, these precipitable waters are just flying all over the place. All right. So, Yeah, we're living a very, very dangerous time period. Schumann resonance, which measures the electromagnetic field of planet Earth, has increased in the last 2 months. Researchers cannot find a logical reason to explain this because they're not going to tell you that the psychopathic military high-ups are using artificially induced electromagnetic frequencies. Oh, they can't say that. They can't tell you the truth. They're just going to tell you that, oh my God, well, the planet is about to pass through a great moment of transition, something that will also involve humans. Interesting. Interesting that the writer would even say that. Look, if the planet is going through a great transition, we're part of this, life here. We're part of the ecosystem, but man likes to separate itself from nature and all other things. We're not separate. We're all getting very affected. And so the Schumann resonance has been a natural and constant frequency of planet Earth, pulsating exactly at 7.83 hertz for thousands of years. But suddenly it changed in 2014. What happened? It's a mystery. It jumped to 8.5, then to 16.5, then to 30. Oh my God, the planet is changing. Some scholars also believe that humans, when acting on a collective consciousness, they're claiming that it's our collective consciousness that's changing Earth's resonance? No. Evil, psychopathic, narcissistic nut jobs are changing the Earth's natural frequency, which is changing humans. So, the Schumann frequency, look, we resonate with that 7.83. The rock thrown into the harmony, the harmonic resonance. That's why nothing is flowing smoothly. We're in danger. So you can read, all of entire articles, watch entire videos by clicking on the link below. But I just want to show you what already has been happening, and then factor in 5G. Okay, so rises in electromagnetic fields in the human environment. The Wi-Fi, the smart meters, the cell phones, the cell towers, the Gwen towers, interacting with multiple environmental pollutions, the pesticides, the herbicides, the aerosol spraying of dangerous chemicals, heavy metals, nanoparticulates, smart dust. Is it the tipping point for increases in neurological deaths in the Western world? Is that the reason why people are dying fast? They're already dying fast. People are calling, 5G. It's going to be that thing that brings about mass death. We have mass death happening already. The young are dying. The young are getting sick. So the studies that are in this post, just going to read one. Recent increases in American people aged over 75 rose 49% from 89 to 2015. But U.S. neurological deaths increased fivefold. Fivefold. What's happening? You can only look to the environment when we have people dying earlier and dying when they don't even have any real medical issues, serious medical issues. So what's happening? Our world is not the world we used to live in not too long ago. It's been literally replaced with a world that now is a danger to life. It's a danger to life. all of the frequencies we're saturated in. A danger to your life. Martin Paul, here. 5G cellular network worries prompt forum in South Surrey. Martin Paul, Washington State University professor emeritus of biochemistry and basic medical sciences, spoke at this forum, and he said 5G could be more devastating to human health than AIDS. When asked to explain the comparison between the technologies, Paul stated that the health effects of current cellular technology occurs over a matter of years. 5G, it'll occur once it's up in full force, matter of months. Get prepared for your loved ones to come down with serious medical issues, to die. Get yourself prepared, if you're okay, for not being okay. So, he said his number one concern is breakdown in mental function of the general population in cities. Yeah, we're already seeing it. 5G will make it worse. That means their memories, ability to cope with stress, ability to sleep, abilities to sleep properly, gone. We're already experiencing it. You know, so many people are talking about 5G when they weren't talking about 1, 2, 3, 4G. And 4G, the electromagnetic sensitivity of millions of people, they've already been suffering. So, 5G, that will be the tipping point. Number 2 has to do with loss of fertility among the youth, people of reproduction age. We're talking the fertility crisis, the videos that I posted. No, our population is not growing. The world's population, it is declining fast. Number 3 has to do with heart function. You start stacking all of those together, and you basically have a breakdown of society. We're already seeing evidence of breakdown. 5G, full force. Ooh boy, prepare. The insanity that we are already living, the chaos, the violence, the immaturity, the immorality that we're seeing in our fellow human beings, prepare yourself for it all getting worse, and it will. So life insurers get an unexpected boost. People are dying earlier than expected. Yeah, they sure are. All disease has exponentially increased. Children, leukemia, childhood leukemia, cancers, brain tumors, brain cancer, MS, Parkinson's, dementia, all of it has exponentially increased. So, what then? It would beg questions in some healthy mind, and they would start to ask, why is this happening? If you still have Wi-Fi, if you're still attached to that cell phone, ask yourself why. Because it is hurting you. It's damaging your brain, your body. One in 2 children born in 2025 will be autistic, and that is not just from vaccines. Parents giving their kids cell phones to stare at, iPads to stare at, infants, baby monitors, the Wi-Fi baby monitors, and they're giving their infants, they're putting pads in the crib, iPads. Those frequencies are changing their brain. Their natural brain waves are being altered in a way that is detrimental to their health. And no parent has the right to do this to any child. You bring a being into the world, you have a responsibility, a heavy responsibility. to ensure that being has all it needs to become a healthy, authentic being in the world. How many produce children who become adults as healthy, authentic beings? So our problems are, yeah, parenting. There are so many, the list is it's just, it goes on forever. Millennials, the health of millennials, April 2019. This is it. Major decline in health by the age of 27. Wow. It's heartbreaking. Okay, I'm going to link below to all the information. But what we are seeing now is such a breakdown. It's phenomenal. To those who ask me about the plasma event, don't ask again, because I'm just... what we are seeing in the sky, how nobody is taking in all of the chemicals and heavy metals and the frequencies that are ionizing our sky. And no, I don't go there. Sorry. The grand solar minimum, they're not factoring in weather modification and how man can control temperature and block the sun and magnetic pole shifts. We've got a lot of evil going on. And unfortunately, a whole lot of evil people are in control. They're in positions of control of this technology. Ignoring it is, I have to wonder about those people. My next video will be reading this article, Western Insanity and 5G Electromagnetic Radiation. But I will link to it below. You can get a head start. It's very, very long, but I'm going to read excerpts. And I think it kind of brings together, well, what we're living right now. A lot of it has to do with HAARP. A lot of it has to do with frequencies. And yes, we've got an enemy, the likes of which is unprecedented. So, our greatest enemy, though, is our fellow human being in our families, in our, all of our relationships, whether they're friends, they're co-workers, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Their refusal to grow up and deal with reality is our greatest enemy. All links are below.